Hello, I'm Jeffrey Barden. I go by Yajilin online, and my puzzle contest on Logic Masters India, Yajilin Yacht, has just concluded. At the time of this recording, it has not concluded yet, but congratulations to Walker Anderson, Freddie Hand, and Thomas Luo for being the top three finishers of the contest. Uh, and thank you for LMI for giving me the opportunity to host this. I'm really happy with how the contest went on the whole. Really happy with the puzzles I put together. And at this point, I want to make things more accessible. So I'm going to record a solution walkthrough for all 21 puzzles I created for the contest, the 5 trial puzzles and the 16 that were used for the actual contest. So let's just get started with the first trial here. So I'm going to assume that you've already looked at the rules page. I'll have a link to that in the description. Uh, but the goal of Yajilin is to draw a loop through some of the cells, and you can shade in the rest of the cells so that there are no two shaded cells adjacent, so this would be bad, and every single clue is pointing to exactly that many shaded cells. So the very first thing to do with this puzzle is just mark that the zeros don't see any shaded cells. And without having to do anything else, this one is also resolved. I wanted this first trial to be really easy so that anybody could do it. And you can draw the associated loop segments, dot the cells next to the shaded cell because they will not be able to be shaded, so they must be part of the loop. I'm going to be using a notation like that very frequently throughout these videos. Then the loop can continue. And now, shaded cells do not need to be pointed at by a clue. They can just be anywhere. So this cell could never be part of the loop, so it must be shaded. And now we get to the one meaty step in this first trial. It has to do with this 2 left clue. First, we can note that if we ever try to shade here, then we would need to have the loop coming out, and it would just have a dead end. You can't have any dangling ends, therefore this cell is unshaded, and you can repeat the same step on these 3 other cells. This is a pretty common step for a freebie unshaded cell. And then next up, there's kind of 2 ways you can get that this cell cannot be shaded. One of them would be it would force the rest of the row to be unshaded, and that would obviously be bad. But another is that in drawing the associated lines, it would create a branch or a forking line right here. So this middle cell cannot be shaded, and so the shaded cells must be at the edge. And from here, the rest of the loop just concludes. So a fairly easy first trial puzzle that I over-explained, but I really want to just make sure that anybody who's watching these can follow along and understand all 21 solutions. So I'll see you in the next one.